Hello everyone, this is Austin from Raw Bliss. Trying out a different setup today. We'll see how this works. Hopefully the lighting is better. Today I wanted to talk about why do people go back to cook food after being on a raw food diet for such a long time? For a couple of years or something. And I think there's a lot of aspects to this. A lot of people that are trying this raw food diet, they come into the diet without much of a sense of why. Okay, and I want to stress this a lot. Your why has to be huge. Your why is so important as to why you do anything that you want to pursue in the long term. Your why has to be very strong. So why do I want to be a raw foodist? Okay, and is it because I believe it to be the most natural diet for humans that we're physiologically adapted to eat? That's one point. Okay, is it because I want to be vibrant, healthy, radiant, glowing skin? I want to live a very long, prosperous, happy life filled with boundless energy. Is it to heal damaged tissue, to heal degenerative disease? Okay? Usually, what I've noticed is people who come into this that want to heal a degenerative disease and did heal the degenerative disease, they last the longest because their why is so big. Their why is their life, Like people who come into this literally saves people's lives. Anemics that come into this from a keto diet. I've seen this a lot too. Anemics come in from eating a keto meat-based diet, and their anemia goes away. Their iron levels are through the roof with raw fruits and vegetables, which is crazy. Because people talk all this crap about non-heme iron. It's not an ideal source of iron. You got to get the iron from animal products. And it's just not true. It's not based in science at all. So that's one reason. You have to have a big why. Why am I doing this? Okay, another reason why people go back to the cooked food, you have to look at the environment people are living in. Are they living in a place where they can get high quality fruits and vegetables? If they're living in a place where they can get high quality vegetables but low quality fruits, and they're only eating the low quality fruits and they're not implementing the vegetables, then it really limits the amount of nutrients you can get in your diet. And that's what satisfies you, that's what satiates you, that's what energizes, is high sugar fruits. And if your fruit's not optimally ripe, you're not going to get enough carbohydrates to fuel your body. And that's one of the most important things, is getting that in. And if you can't get high quality fruits, move to the vegetables, because they have the same nutrients as fruits, just in a larger density, in a different ratios. So greens per calorie are much more mineral dense than fruits are, which fruits are more water dense, and they take up more of that. So anyways, that's another aspect, is quality is absolutely huge. If people are eating, people can survive on pretty much any diet. We see this like over and over again. People can survive on McDonald's, cheeseburgers, Coca-Cola. It's not about surviving, it's about thriving. So after the 2 years, people realize, they start getting, they start doubting themselves because they're not getting the nutrients they needed. They aren't excited about the diet because they're eating these boring fruits, apples, the same fruits every day, apples, bananas, oranges. And that's not ideal. You got to go out of the way. You got to go to the Asian market. You got to get, some honey mandarins. Get some atolfo mangoes. Get some good fruit that you're excited about, and spend some extra money. That's another thing. People might come into this with a very scarce mindset, and they might have been coming from like a vegan diet where you just eat rice and beans and steamed broccoli, or something very, budget friendly. And there's ways to budget. Like, you have to go to a wholesale market, helps a lot, and eat locally. Okay, the further something's shipped, the more expensive it's going to be. If you're eating frozen durian from Thailand every day, it costs like $25 or something. It's going to be a little spendy. Okay, so that's another thing to take into account. Why do people go back to the cooked food? And fruits are very aggressive detoxers. They're one of the most aggressive detoxers. And especially when people focus only on the fruits and don't implement any vegetables, which kind of mellow out and balance the detoxification process. They don't stop detox, but they balance it out so that you're not like up freaking out on sugar all day, which you can do. And some people believe that we don't need any sleep at all, that we're breatharians. And that's another interesting perspective, right? So yeah, when you're not implementing greens and proper omega-3 fats, and especially when you're not getting enough fats, your sleep is going to struggle. And when you're not sleeping 8 hours a day at least, you're gonna run into problems long term. You need sleep, especially for the adrenal glands. And another thing about the fats, especially the omega-3s, very key for the liver health. So some people might run into liver problems down the line, eating only fruit. And if you're eating a lot of underripe fruit, you might run into teeth problems because the fruit's not properly ripe, and you're eating starchy fruit. And this is not a starch-based diet, this is a fruit-based diet. Okay, so you want to eat properly ripe fruit when the starches have fully turned into sugars, to simple sugars. So yeah, there's a few aspects there. I think the biggest thing is people are not eating enough. People, maybe they don't have time, or they make excuses, and or they think we're breatharians and that we should be fasting for 20 hours a day or something, and it's really not possible to get in enough nutrition in a 4-hour eating window as a fruitarian, in my opinion. And I've done this before. I've done my own experiments with 1 meal a day, 2 meals a day, and it's pretty hard. Maybe you could do it if you were eating durian, like 1 meal a day, like 6 kilos or something, like a lot of durian. Because you can get 2,000, 3,000 calories just in 1 meal of durian if you eat like as much durian as I do, or a lot of fruitarians. But if you're eating bananas, okay, you might be able to get enough bananas in 1 meal a day. But this is where I feel a lot of people are so restrictive in their eating windows, and they push themselves so far with the fasting that it's just mentally too much. It's not the physical thing. They're pushing themselves too far mentally, and they're just aggressively pushing themselves into this detox state. And detox is amazing, but you're gonna detox on this diet long term. It's not something you have to be like. Another thing is the juice fasting. Okay, juice fasting is an amazing tool. I love juice fasting. I've done over 200 days in small, 1 to 2 month lengths. I haven't gone on any longer than 55 days. And I think that's another reason why I have stayed on this diet for such a long term. To be clear, I did go back to cooked food for about 5 days. In my 5 years of fruitarian, it was one period of time for 5 days when I was in Sumatra a couple years ago. And I had sweet potatoes. I had this oily local Indonesian curry dish because I was staying with some local family and they made it and they offered it to me, and I'm like, yeah, sure. Put my beliefs aside for a minute, and I had it. Tasted amazing, of course. All the oil, all the spices, the fresh peanut sauce, the steamed roots, the steamed local roots. They had taro, purple, these amazing purple sweet potatoes. And then I had that, and I was constipated for days. I had headaches. I was just so dried out in the throat, and I couldn't breathe properly even until I finally hydrated on. I was just slamming coconuts and papayas after that. But yeah, I had that perspective. And once I had that perspective, I realized I never wanted to go back to cooked food again. So once you go long enough, your body will get sensitized and your body will get used to these foods. You have to feed your gut microbiome these foods, and a wide diversity of raw foods, I think, is key for a healthy gut microbiome. If you're just eating, like I said, bananas, apples, oranges from the supermarket, your gut microbiome is not going to be very happy, especially if you're coming from a cooked food diet and your gut microbiome is used to these certain foods. It's going to take a while for the gut to get used to and to create the enzymes necessary to digest the fruits and vegetables that you're currently eating. So I think that's a big thing as well. Getting enough fats, eating, at least having a salad a day, having a green juice a day. If you don't like eating salads, you can also do a green juice a day, and that's amazing. And you'll actually get a lot of your omega-3s from dark leafy green vegetables. If you, you can do an apple, cucumber, spinach juice with a lot of spinach, and you won't even taste it because you've got the apple. Maybe add some lemon in there, some ginger, a little bit of chili. Really good. Okay. So yeah, I think a lot of people, the sweet fruit's amazing, and we need a lot of the sweet fruit because that's our primary fuel source is the simple, fast-burning carbohydrates. But at the end of the day, for your final meal, try and do the salad. It'll help, mellow you out, ground you, and balance the blood sugar levels at the end of the day so that you can sleep. So I think a big thing is people restrict their eating windows too much. Even a 5-hour eating window, not going to work. For me, an 8-hour eating window works the best, is what I've found. I do 16-8 intermittent fasting, and then a lot of hydration in the morning. So I'll have a big thing of coconut water, or I'll make a big thing of orange juice. About a liter, at least a liter of liquid in the morning before you start your day. Especially if you're starting your day with something like bananas, which are only about 70% water, compared to if you were to start your day with watermelon, then maybe don't have as much liquid to start the day. Maybe don't have a liter of juice in the morning if you're having a watermelon for breakfast. Maybe just have a half a liter or 12 ounces just, but have some sort of liquid in the morning. Even drink some water. I think the herbs are great as well. The herbs that I use, like Dr. Sebi's bladderwrack. Bladderwrack is great for iodine. Some people might have iodine deficiency and thyroid problems on a fruit diet because they're not getting their iodine in. I believe you can also get that from green leafy vegetables. Or if you want to take, if you're living in a place that doesn't have quality vegetables, you can also do green powder, such as barley grass, green juice powder, spirulina, chlorella, something like that. Marcus Rothkranz, he's like a long-term raw foodist. He makes a green powder that's amazing, loaded with B12 and protein, all the amino acids and stuff that you need. Yeah, I think the daily juicing habit is incredible, and you'll be able to get a lot more nutrients into your body in a small, easily absorbable package, especially the green juices. Since we can't digest as much plant cellulose as is in the vegetables. Obviously, it comes out of us, but the juicing makes it just go straight into your bloodstream. The chlorophyll is such great blood food. Like, you look at the leaves and there's like these veins all over the leaves, and it's like, this is good for our veins. This is good for building our blood. Like, the signs are there. It's so simple. It's interesting. Another thing, people go back to the cooked food. Maybe they're not exercising enough. You know, this diet, it gives you so much energy that you have to burn it off. You have to go cycling, go running. That's why so many fruitarians are runners. You get so much amazing energy on this diet. Utilize it. Do something with it. Don't just sit around because you're not going to be able to use the carbohydrates properly. And that's like the whole point of the diet, is to have this amazing energy. Another thing, society's brainwashing, society's peer pressure, being in situations with certain types of people that are not allowing you to live your truth and to live your diet. So much peer pressure, and the raw foodists are like the 0.1%, even 0.0100001% in the world. So it's community. Community is so important. So find a raw food community, if that's through Craigslist, in an area you live, some other raw foodists. Get with them, have a fruit luck together. Even you can create your own fruit luck on Facebook, like a Facebook event or something in a town you live, and everybody brings fruits, and it's an amazing time. I've been a part of some fruit lucks while I was traveling, like in Philippines and Bali, and it's been really fun. And it definitely helps having other like-minded people around you to support your ideas and your passion and the way you eat and the way you want to live. So surround yourself with people that you want to be like. Even whether that be on social media, connect with people on Instagram, follow long-term raw foodists, but don't follow them so strictly, like, okay, this is my guru, I pick this one. Follow everybody, follow all the long-term raw foodists, and take aspects of each one and find out what works for you, rather than just picking one guru and it's like, oh, okay, this guru, he looks the best, and I'm just going to do what he says because he got the results. You never know about online personalities, okay? I know some people that have not been so transparent as they should be. But anyways, I think that's really important. Find a community. Get on Facebook groups. I know a lot of Facebook groups. For example, there's Raw Vegan Fruitarians for Life. There's 80-10-10 Raw Vegans. There's like Dr. Morris groups. There's John Rose Juice Fasting groups. And there's lots of good ones on Facebook. So just get on there. Type #fruitarian on Instagram. You'll find a bunch of stuff. #rawfood on Instagram. You'll find a bunch of stuff, and get involved with the community, because they'll keep you accountable, and they'll keep you, if you're looking for more exciting recipes, there's people who make ebooks like Raw Food Romance, that you can have these fun recipes to do every now and again. Obviously these aren't ideal for the base of your diet. The base of your diet should be whole, raw, living fruits and vegetables, and Yeah, I guess the last thing I just wanted to talk on is the iodine, B12, vitamin D. Those are the big things, B12, iodine, vitamin D. So if you're not getting sufficient sun, which it's pretty easy if you can get it just a few months out of the year, because vitamin D is stored long term in your cells. If you just get it all over your body whenever you can. Don't take an opportunity for granted. Just get out there in the sun and absorb as much as you can, and then it'll stay in your body for long term. Gosh, I say a lot. Yeah, iodine. Eat some seaweed, or you can take a bladderwrack supplement, which is like a type of seaweed, and then you can just slam back a capsule of the dried seaweed in the morning, and you don't have to taste it. You just slam it back with some water or just whatever. Yeah, so bladderwrack, iodine, B12, supplement with a B12 if you're deficient. Okay, your gut can make its own B12, so you got to figure out if you're deficient, take a blood test. But if you can't, taking extra does not hurt at all. You just pee out the extra B12. I think it's really important, especially in terms of energy levels. I didn't take it for like a week because I was waiting for my new supplement to get shipped to me, and my energy levels just went boom. So I definitely feel better when I supplement with a B12. And yeah, long-term B12 deficiency, serious problems. Vitamin D deficiency, oh my gosh. Also you can get vitamin D from mushrooms. So if you eat raw mushrooms like portobellos, you can also set them up in the sun, and the portobello's like gill side up, so like the cap is like this and you flip it upside down like this, and the vitamin D will absorb into the mushroom and you'll get better vitamin D that way. So yeah, find out your vitamin D, B12, iodine levels, and I think that's it. Hope you guys found this helpful. My friend Rosie messaged me yesterday and we were talking about this, and it inspired me to make this video. So Rosie, if you're watching, I hope this helped. Let me know what you think. She's struggling right now with some pancreatic failure and issues that she's trying to heal with juices and raw foods. So let's all send some prayers out to Rosie. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know your views on this, and if you have struggled with eating a long-term raw food diet and have gone back to cooked food. And don't get so down on yourself if you go back to cooked food. It's not the end of the world. This is, you have a long life to live. And it's difficult. Cooked food is very addictive. It's the most addictive drug in the world, especially with salt and oil. All these drugs, all these food drugs. So that's it for this video. Wow, 23 minutes. Thank you guys so much. See you in the next one. Peace and love.